struggling with what it means to be human, because he's always seen himself as better than human, but he's struggling to actually rid himself of his humanity, and he's starting to realize that's impossible. So I wonder if that's going to change his behavior in any way.
I think it gave him a taste. I think it gave him a taste. I think what that's going to do is that's going to give rise to him just listening to every single small instinct that he has that would make him feel better. I think this is the dive off the deep end. Yeah, I think this is the dive off the deep end. Here's my question. Is it 8 episodes this season?
Yep.
Yeah.
The full season?
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if Amazon's going to take a break, because this was episode 4 and it felt like a mid-season finale.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they learned their lesson from Invincible. I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the thing about it, and I said it while we were watching, like they are just continuously putting their foot on the gas. Like this is a superior episode to the ones that just came before. Like this might be the best episode of the season.
Oh yeah.
Because the whole entire sequence with Homelander
by far.
And him visiting with the cake set the tone for the whole entire episode. But that was literally just the icing on the cake. Everything else, every other character went through hell in this whole entire episode. Everyone. There's not one person that came out unscathed in this episode.
Look, I just said in the non-spoiler that one of the things that's interesting about this season is with the addition of these new characters, it's taking the people that we already know to a whole nother level. And Sage is doing that. She's doing it with the Deep. She's doing it with Homelander. She's doing it with Starlight. She's doing like it is foot, like you said, foot on gas, because she knows what makes Starlight tick. And on top of that, Firecracker is what makes her tick. She is literally the walking opposite to Starlight. Like even power set, even her power set's similar. Like, I mean, she is the reverse Flash to her Wally West. Like she just has what makes her tick. She knows her from her past, knows what buttons to press. Like this is and it's interesting because I feel like so far in this show, we haven't really had any arch nemesis that are on the same level. This is next level. That was different.
Yeah.
That was different.
Even though like Sister Sage, like she is a mastermind, literally, but she also has a weakness. Like it's too much. She can't maintain that level of thinking too long. She literally would rather lobotomize herself temporarily to just be normal.
That's right.
But here's my thing. It's like her brain regenerates every time. So, but like I don't know if I interpreted that incorrectly, but it sounded like she said like she gets like just slightly small, because she was saying most people's brains stop growing when they turn 25. Mine does not, and if you stab my brain, it will just regenerate back, and her brain just keeps growing. So I wonder if doing that, even though like it just kind of like tranquilizes her for a bit, if it's just like making her like smarter and smarter, and it's good, and she's just going to reach a point where she can't handle it anymore.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my interpretation of it is I don't think she can just live with it. I think that the reason why she was a recluse and by herself is that she was just miserable in her own head. And I think that's why she connected with him so easily, because she taken like a book really easily. She knew how she could move other people around. Anybody that's really smart, they love calculation because of chess, and that's what her brain is doing. But it's just interesting. She literally looked like she was enjoying and sought pleasure in the lobotomizing process. I don't know. I heard it. I couldn't watch it. That was disgusting. Like, that kind of thing too much. I couldn't.
I can halfway understand how she felt though, because I'm not like, here's the thing, and I'm not gonna say I understand how that felt, but as someone who knows that I have a problem overthinking things.
Yeah.
I know how much I wish I could just turn that off sometimes. I know how much like being overthinking is such a devastating thing to have, just because you're like your foot's just on the gas up here at all times. You're just going a million miles a minute, and you do anything to just make it stop or just even slow it down. And I think that's very similar to what she is going through. I mean, being the smartest person alive, that means you know every single person's motive. You know what they're doing. You know how they think. You have, you never get to stop being the puppeteer.
Yeah.
You never get to go. You never get to relax.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be too much for her, and she's going to self-destruct.
Yeah, you never get to relax. And so it's and so I when she explained that, and it was like, just do this for me so that I can feel normal for just a little while. That is that is a mental health disorder if I've ever seen one, right? Like that is, and this is her reaching for medication, right?
It's like
this is this is, and so God, this is we're gonna have to hit this hard for the podcast, I think.
For sure.
You're talking about with that therapy?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
because there's a lot
of definitely check out.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll probably bring y'all in, see if y'all want to join in for it.
That'd be great.
Because I think every season so far we've done some kind of collab with JVS, like crossover. So, but
yeah, I think the thing about Homelander, and I think you hit the nail on the head when you were saying that he said, like last episode, you know, you have to dissolve that level of your humanity because you are weak, because you're a slave to self-approval. Like you need somebody to say you've done well or they're not disappointed. And that is his true weakness. And so it's like now it's never something that he knows for a fact he's going to be able to get rid of. But most villains, most psychotic villains that we've seen in other comic book series, like they just pushed up and ramped up their psychosis by doing and projecting things to everybody else. By any means, because that's what they're getting out of it. Much like she needed that small reprieve, like he's always in his head about approval, so he'd rather just burn everything around him, which is insane and scary to think about. Because she said it. She was like, at any time you could have left, you didn't. You as a baby, the way she used exposition to describe that was just chilling. That with his umbilical cord still around, he killed 3 people coming out of his mother. Like that's just, even picturing that is terrible. But I mean, he tortured all of them. And yes, I think that they had a lack of empathy because they were just so desensitized.
Sociopaths.
I can imagine they were also terrified, and they lived with this kid for this extended amount of time. But it didn't make it wrong. And I think that it's interesting that he used the verbiage that they didn't look at it like it was wrong. They just continued to do it. So it's like, it's no right or wrong in this, because he did get treated poorly. He did get used for the government's gain, unfortunately. But he'd rather put Ryan through a path of just burning everything alive than to feel any kind of empathy or lacking of concern for other people's perspective. Yeah, dude, there's so many different psychological things going on in this. It's insane. It's insane, bro. But
all right.
You good?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, shouldn't we save it for a review, like an actual review?
This is a review, Busy.
Are you serious?
Look at the bottom of the screen, Busy.
Oh, I wasn't reading, bro. I'm tripping, dog.
What in the world?
Getting late. I'm tired. I wasn't looking.
Oh my god.
I understand, Busy. I understand.
I appreciate it. I'm fading out right now.
I might not even be in the review. Who knows?
Well, apparently this is the review. Oh, the thumbnail.
Busy, what is your take on what was going on with Frenchie and his situation in this episode?
Again, this is, and I mentioned this in the non-spoiler. there was two things that I feel like I don't want to say played out, but just don't have my attention that much, and that's the whole Huey and his mom thing. You know, with her coming back in the picture, her having control. I get, you know, why she left. I feel bad, but at the end of the day, it was 20 years. Her coming back to full control, frustrating. It kind of goes with the whole Frenchie thing. It's something that I feel like we've seen before. I know I've seen this somewhere, and it's killing me that I can't remember where. But like getting close to the person that you damaged more than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just kind of I'm not really entertained by it.
That's a trope. That's a whole trope. We see it all the time.
It's just not really entertaining to me.
But the end of this episode proved you different, though.
No, it didn't, because they all come clean eventually.
No. His mom took the freaking serum and gave it to the dad for her own means. We have no idea why.
So that's
a shift.
And on top of that,
Frenchie thing is still giving me the
she came back with an agenda, and we're about.
I think the Frenchie thing's done. I think that's done now. I think they played that out. I think all of this happened just to see how Frenchie spirals for the remainder of this season.
Yeah, because
I feel like if we don't see him come back, I feel like we'll see the boyfriend or I forgot his name. We'll see him come back in the finale, and something crazy will happen. But I don't think. Yeah, you're right. I feel like if we don't see him for the rest of the show, he'll definitely come back for the finale of this episode of this season. Excuse me.
We'll see. I think that this episode, though, for me, the reason why this episode did this with Frenchie is it really showcased the reason why Kimiko was spiraling is because she didn't have Frenchie. They were disconnected because of their past. And that was the reason why, like, they had to find some kind of focus. Because everybody that Frenchie had before was a person that he was subservient to. He was a servant, so to speak. And now that he doesn't have that, he had his freedom, but he's still suffering. So he never really dealt with his actual guilt. So they used this boy as a facilitation of that, but he dealt with it without Kimiko because Kimiko was doing the same exact thing in her own spiral. So I think that the reason why they did this relationship is really as a segue to show like how real damaged he actually is. And Kimiko, I actually love what they did with Kimiko and Huey. Like I thought that dynamic duo on this from an action standpoint, and then how they kind of did it was really satisfying on different levels because we got to see Huey see the levels of his own darkness and kind of forgive A-Train. I think going through that whole entire fight, he saw how dark and mad that he can allow himself to be to kill and not even feel a thing. But I really do think that the point of this was really separating Kimiko and Frenchie because they really have always been just surface level brother and sister. They haven't really allowed each other to kind of deal with each other's traumas. They couldn't. They literally couldn't communicate it, and they wouldn't try. So I think that was the reason why they did that, honestly, busy with Frenchie. Or at least this episode kind of left me that impression.
That's fair.
This was good. And the thing is, if they do bring him back, I feel like it'll feel forced now because honestly, after what happened this episode, I mean, he was working in Starlight's office. You think that office gonna be open anymore? What they gonna be in there talking about?
He's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he comes back, I feel like it would be to like a murder attempt. I think it would.
But also, here's one thing that we didn't touch on. So at the end, in that room, Homelander left her alive.
He did.
He left her unscathed.
Yeah. You're right. He did.
He left her completely unscathed.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because at this point he just values people being honest with him more than anything? Because he also didn't kill Edgar.
Right.
He didn't kill
He keeps Sister Sage around because she's honest as fuck.
See Sister Sage around, right? Yeah. But what happened when Elizabeth Shue's character, he found out she was lying to him?
Oh yeah, no, she was gone.
Right. And so I think it's one of those things where he's getting to this point. He's just like, I just don't want people lying to my face anymore. I cannot handle it. And that's what happened when they came back, when he walked in there and they were all just like, oh, I didn't mean anything by it. And we were just joking around. He's like, don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. Like, nah, you can say a lot, but don't. this is not what we're going to do. And the moment she walked in, she was just like, this is what we did. We hired this team of psychologists. They did that to you. And you know what? It worked, because you're always going to be seeking that validation. And he's sitting there and he's angry, but he was just like, let her cook. She's not wrong. Because the thing is, it's violent, but he's figuring himself out.
Yeah.
He's figuring himself out. He's figuring out what makes him tick, because all of those, the thing is, when he was looking in that mirror, all of the voices were saying something different to him. Not one voice was saying the same thing. All of those voices were saying something different to him. And I think that what's going to end up happening is, as he goes about this course of action, he's going to start hearing fewer and fewer voices. I think he's going to start hearing fewer and fewer voices, to the point that maybe it'll even be like Standard Human, angel on one shoulder, devil on the other, instead of the 6 or 7 different voices saying different things. What happened this episode, I think it made him feel great. Even though it was super violent, it made him feel great, but it also calmed him down. It also set him on a path. And so, and gave him,
I guess that was a smile of relief. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, 100%. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was, because he's not screaming into a mirror trying to figure things out now. He just got a big puzzle piece. He just accomplished something, as far as the trauma that he went through in his life. That was the most violent closure I've ever seen, but it was closure of some kind. And he's not done.
The torture that he chose to endure.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting you say that too, Keaton, because when they were all talking about different stuff in the mirror, the one thing that they did say, you got to go back to the beginning. That was the one thing. That's what led him back there. But
you have to go back home, is what he said.
I think though, when the squirt scene, that was the first time I looked at Homelander like, yo, he's laughing like he's the Joker, bro. Like straight up, like his laugh, like he was enjoying that so sick. Like it was, a
little too much.
So
enjoying
I'm not gonna lie. I was honestly thankful for how that scene played out. I thought they were going to take it to a much darker place when they said he was just always watching him by himself and all that. I thought it was
same.
Oh yeah.
Same. Same.
I was scared they were going to take it to a much darker place.
Glad I'm not that sick.
I'm glad there was a line. I'm glad there was a line. There are no lines, because they'll cross that. They'll get back there. But also, one other thing, because since this is an episode review, evangelical Mr. Fantastic fighting against Butcher.
We are Venom.
Yo,
I want to see what actually happened. Like, I want us, like, I hope in an episode coming up, like, they will actually show us what happened.
Well, because the thing
like,
is,
I have
at
to see how his head ended up on the floor, and how his shoe and his foot ended up over there, and then the blood ended up over there, and then there. It was like,
at the beginning of this episode, when Butcher's in the shower, we see that it's not just whatever the little thing was right there. There was like a whole thing
crawling around,
going up his spine.
It seems like a Venom situation. It really does, because I think one of the things that he absolutely did get diagnosed with cancer, but we found out in this episode he did take the blue, the real compound V. And my theory is that maybe that is become like a weapon, and like his own cancer is not only killing him, but it's protecting the host, so to speak. I don't know what it's gonna mean, but yeah, that's dark. That's terrifying because now Butcher's got to sit there and think, crap, it came to, I need to get, Ryan away from Homelander. I need to protect Homelander. I need to protect Ryan from the world. Now, oh, wow, I'm an actual monster potentially.
And him being honest with MM. Him being honest with MM,
that was a big step.
Yeah. Big step. Like, dude's showing a lot of growth this season. A lot of growth. I just hope it's not one of those things where they do it just to undo it.
Yeah.
I hope they actually let him grow. Like, I hope they don't just backpedal and all of a sudden he shows up with the cookies again and all that. Like, I hope they actually just let him grow.
What do you think and I asked this to Busy, what do you think the mom's agenda is? What is she after? Because the timing of her getting there, why would she go in there and get a compound B syringe and put it in the dad? Like, how would she even know to even do that?
Well, first off, I mean, she that wasn't his compound V, right? Or do you think she got her hand on her? Okay, that's what I.
There's no other compound.
No, yeah, see, Keaton, right?
See, no, I was thinking that Huey put it back in his pocket and left.
So
she had her own.
Shit, or she had her own. Exactly.
No. It was in
because she works for Vought.
No. It was in Huey's coat.
Right.
Huey put his coat down and went and got the coffee. Came back and held his dad's hand.
Okay,
but what I'm saying,
but I truly don't think that, like, when it comes to her motives, I think it was a spur of the moment type deal. I think I don't think she really has any crazy motives other than the fact that she's trying to repair the last 20 years. I mean, that's just the way I see it. I mean, I'd hate for her to be some type of fucking double agent coming back to sabotage them even more than she's already ruined their lives. I think that would be freaking terrible, and it would fit the boys, but in my opinion, would just be insufferable.
And you said, why did she show up after all this time?
Right,
take control for everything.
But again, they were talking the last year, excuse me, apparently, off and on.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, did we actually see the dad actually?
No, that's just what she said.
No, but ever since we left, this man had no one.
That's also what spies do.
I know, but like the way I see it is Huey was the only dude in his life. Like if he's not there, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to somebody who abandoned him, like someone who.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't remember anybody telling Huey exactly what happened except for her.
Right.
Well, yeah,
so
no one else.
We got to take it with a grain of salt. That's what Sam said.
Right? Is it true?
Yeah.
Is what happened to? Is that actually something that just randomly happened, or was it something that was set up?
Yeah.
See, I'm no doctor, but I mean, like the fact that he called him right before it happened, that is super sketchy. Right? No, or am I tripping?
Well,
we don't know why the dad called him.
No. I'm saying I'm backing up your claims that it could be a sus reason.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
We also can't forget that he had a stroke, and then next time when we see the mom in there, she has all this stuff from Vought that she's just giving him. And next thing you know, he's brain dead.
Oh, crap. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
The chick that pops people's brains,
Victoria.
when Huey came after her, was this before or after his dad ended up in the hospital? When Huey had that interaction with her and basically attempted to kill her, did that happen before his dad ended up in the hospital, or was it after?
That was the first episode of this season. So
yeah, it was before.
It's her. It's her.
I think it's Victoria. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Control. It's all about control.
I mean, it would make sense considering she's taken a little bit of a backseat this season. So for her to have like a little more of a puppetry type deal, you know, like like I've been doing this the whole time, it would make sense, you know.
It's all about
I think
control.
I'll be honest with you. I think her and Sage are working together.
Oh, I would hate that.
I think
it would make me so angry.
I think it might be one of those things where, because Sage has some kind of random master plan, and I think all of it is just manipulating and winding up the Seven, who are now running Vought. Like, Vought is not being run by anybody except for the Seven now.
Yeah.
And I honestly would not be shocked, because you can tell Sage can't stand them. And it's like, okay, why are you here? You cannot stand them. I don't think she hates Supes because she is a Supe. I think she's in, and that's why I wouldn't be terribly shocked to find out her and Newman are working together. I would not be shocked at all because
you know how funny that would be, though. I mean,
because Homelander's still a threat to Newman.
She strikes me as a lone wolf. I don't know.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Brizzy. Yeah.
What happens if Newman explodes her head? Does her brain come back and nothing else?
Oh no! When Newman does her thing, people don't.
But they could put her brain in one of those preservation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Sage was saying her brain can get destroyed and it comes back. But like if her heart gets
not her whole head.
I think like if the cranium pops out, it's done. Like
I think she's
like her actual skull goes, it's done. Now, what I've always wondered is if she attempted to pop Homelander's head. Why has she never tried? Like, would it do?
Because she's using him. She needs him.
She does, but I'm saying, could she actually kill him if she wanted to?
I think it might be. I don't know if she can. I think it might be something like that Shrinking Ray situation where we thought.
I think
Shrinking Ray was just gonna bust out of the neck, and then it just went south real bad.
Man, you see, I think it's one of those things where it's like you can't risk doing that. If that's like one of the only cards you have left, you can't do that when you don't have a backup plan. So if there's no other dudes that are there to subdue him or to make sure that he doesn't just finish the job, what?
There is another backup plan.
Oh,
there
is
someone.
Yeah, but not in the moment, not right now.
No, I'm saying long term.
Which they connected it this episode.
If ever a situation that this other person and her did attempt that,
we saw them mention Tech Night
because this other person I'm talking about manipulates.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
blood.
let you chat. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna let y'all do what you do.
Biz,
I don't want to.
Biz, I know you're tired, but homie,
no. I'm saying I haven't
you to finish Gen V.
No. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I can't do that today. I can't do it tonight. Tomorrow I'll finish.
How many episodes do you have left? How many episodes do you have left?
One left. I want to do.
What is this?
I wanted to react to the last episode because I burned through it all.
Watch it tonight, then.
I'm not watching it
with you.
What y'all talking about?
You haven't seen the last episode of Gen V.
Oh yeah.
We will watch it with you right now, Biz.
I can't do it right now.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it with you right now.
Yeah,
but they can watch
it. I would rather watch another of the boys right now, but I don't know if y'all can. Can we figure out when we're doing
hold on, let's close this out real quick.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And I gotta edit.
But if we're gonna sum it up again, another banger, straight up another banger.
A+.
Letter grade, I'm gonna give this an A.
Yeah.
Not an A-.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking it away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Same. It was a great episode. It's fantastic. I was on the edge of my seat. It was great.
Yeah, this is A+ quality. Like, this is the best episode of the season, and it feels like a real mid-season finale for sure.
Yeah.
This is not only the best episode of the season. This might be one of the best episodes of the entire show.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna like. As far
especially the Homelander stuff. Yeah.
As far as where they took it, and all the stuff that happened during it, this was phenomenal. With what you found out about Starlight.
Oh yeah.
And what happened with Huey and his parents, and what happened with Homelander, and what's going on with Butcher and him talking to Mother's Milk and A-Train and Ashley. Like,
banger.
This is top tier. Yeah, banger. This was top tier. I'm gonna stand by what I said. This is one of the best episodes of the entire series. I don't know if it's the best, but I put it top 3 for sure. Easily one of the top 3 best episodes ever of The Boys. I will stamp that in right now. Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. This was a phenomenal episode. Like,
yeah, it was great.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna use that as a meme. I'm gonna take Keaton and I'm just gonna put that right before the episode starts.
Hell yeah.
Do it. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so
y'all heard it, right? I'm back in the thumbnail. That's what he just said.
Oh, here it goes. Busy.
Y'all
Where
heard
can everybody find your content?
Busy Braun everywhere. Busy Reactions on Instagram and doing reviews over here on TeamJVS.
Oh God. Go ahead, Katie.
You can find me at bat-therapy.com. That's my podcast. You can also find me here on TeamJVS doing reviews. Click all the videos because I might not be in the thumbnail, but I will be in the videos sometimes. Okay. So yeah, make sure you're following TeamJVS, like and subscribe. But yeah, definitely check out the podcast. We do some fun stuff there.
Last but not least.
Hey guys, so right now I've only got my Twitch up, only X Anchors, so go follow me there and stay tuned for news. I will have a YouTube coming up as well. So.
Oh snap. All right guys, we'll be back till next episode, episode 5. God knows what's gonna happen. Peace, y'all. Filing out the top of I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing